Don't give up now, yeah, you gotta climb. But we give it your all until the end, until the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Field 1, Brisbane City and Gold Coast Knights, and Field 2, Eastern Suburbs and South United. Please enjoy the games.
Good evening and welcome to the Nudgee Recreation Reserve, the stage for the inaugural NPL Women's Magic Round. We're kicking things off in style tonight as last season's NPL champions Brisbane City face off against the FQPL 1 title winners Gold Coast Knights, a blockbuster opener to this exciting new showcase. Over 2 days, the Magic Round will feature 5 thrilling fixtures, all taking place right here at Nudgee Rec, alongside a Girls United Carnival on Saturday, celebrating the next generation of female footballers. This event also forms part of Female Football Week, a nationwide initiative that highlights the critical role women and girls play in the football community. It's a reflection of Football Queensland's commitment to expanding opportunities for girls and women both on and off the field. I'm Adam Cattell, I'll be bringing you the action this evening, thanks for your company. Let's start with some team news, beginning with Gold Coast Knights, who are led by head coach Gary French. In goal they have Atsu Watanabe, 2 Corey Kane, 5 Rosie Malone, 8 and captain Amy Morland, 10 Ree Catano, 11 Robin Spilsbury, 12 Harriet Withers, 16 Eri Takamura, 17 Bronte Rose, 4 is Brooke Goodridge and 9 is Claire Farrington. On the bench, Paloma Oliveira, Zara Boyd, Tanisha Winstanley, Josie Rowell and Dakota Whitrod. As for Brisbane City, they are coached by Dante Sten. They have Julia Duffy in goal, 3 Callie Cowles, 14 Anna Hirakawa, 6 Charlie Gibson, 8 and captain Talifa Kramer, 9 Jonty Fisher, 12 Letitia Foster, 15 Sophie Person, 16 Mia Green, 23 Holly Bernards-Ben and 24 is Amy Cook. On the bench, Hallie Khan, Anna Tormina, Georgia Thompson, Tiani Karaluka, Marley Danger and Justine Sue. Our referee is Casey Rybelt. She'll be assisted by Tanisha Heyman Fuller and Chloe Eldridge. Taylor Brotherston is our fourth official, and it looks like it will be Gold Coast Knights in their red shirts and white shorts who will be kicking us off, going from left to right on your screen. Well, a landmark night for the women's game in Queensland. 5 fixtures, 1 venue and a spotlight on the state's top female footballers. And we are underway at Nudgee Recreation Reserve. These two teams did meet in the opening round of the NPL. That was at Brisbane City's Imperial Corp Stadium, and it was a 2-0 win for Gold Coast Knights, hoping to repeat the trick this evening. Brisbane City do come into this game though in fine form. Won their last 5 league fixtures. Defeated North Lakes last week by 3-0. As Gold Coast Knights look to come forward with Bronte Rose, just forced back and ball played forward, dealt with by Brisbane City, and they can try and mount an attack of their own, but it's a good tackle there from Ree Catano, and ball picked up by Rose, looking for Takamura. Here's the captain, Amy Morland. Rose just managing to hold off the defender and spray that ball, and it's a good ball there and taken down well by Harriet Withers in first time, but pass is intercepted. Now Talifa Kramer. Sophie Person just dropping back into the midfield. Must say the surface at Nudgee looks a pretty good one, and that's a nice ball, and City with a chance to try and slip that ball in. Have had little pockets of rain here today in Brisbane, but fortunately seems quite dry at the moment. Perfect conditions for football. Here's Letitia Foster. Mia Green, but that's given away. And out for a throw-in. Well, Gold Coast Knights were actually here at Nudgee on Tuesday evening, just a few days ago, where they were taking on the QAS. They came away with a 3-1 win. Had to come from behind though, 1-0 down at half-time. It was 3 goals in an 11-minute spell for Gold Coast Knights. Goals for Paloma Oliveira, who's amongst the substitutes this evening as the ball is played in, but Untanabe can gather. Yeah, also on the score sheet were Eri Takamura and Bronte Rose. Bronte Rose has 5 NPL goals to her name this season so far. Catano looking for Takamura. Thought she might have just had a little push in the back there, but play continues. Obviously on the adjacent pitch there, you might just catch a glimpse there of Eastern Suburbs, who are taking on South United, a game which is also being covered live by FQTV. Now Rose with a little bit of space, early cross in, but it's cut out well by Kramer. Eventually out for a Knights throw in, taken by Malone. A little slip there from Takamura, and City can try and capitalise. Hirakawa into Kramer. Ball back now with Green. Forward by Cowles. Hirakawa turning nicely and trying to thread that through to Sophie Person. Ball back to Untanabe, goes short to Corey Kane. Well, Goodrich went down, but play continues. Goodrich has stayed down and will need some attention. Brooke Goodrich, who's got some A-League women's experience with Brisbane Roar and a former young Matilda. Was on the bench for that victory against QAS in midweek. Well, taking her time here, Brooke Goodrich. It's not sure if it might have been a head knock or still needing a little bit of time here, being helped back onto her feet. Oh, yes, looking a little bit uneasy there, and that's not looking good for Brooke Goodrich. And I think the indication is there Gold Coast Knights are going to be forced into an early change. Well, we wish Brooke Goodrich all the best. Hopefully nothing too serious, but obviously got to take head injuries very seriously, and I'm sure she'll get the best possible treatment. So Gary French being forced into a very early change here by the looks of it. Oh, and then given away, and City with a chance. Shot taken on early, and it's into the back of the net. Might have gone in off the goalkeeper. Well, Brisbane City draw first blood here. Well, Gold Coast Knights a little bit shell-shocked there. Losing a player and then a stunning strike. I think it may have gone in via Watanabe. Brisbane City striking first here after just 7 minutes. I think it was Amy Cook with the strike. And now Brisbane City again, they're looking for a second. It's Hirakawa trying to get through, and Rikatano with a very important intervention there.
Yeah, so Holly, you're the marker now. If she goes all the way into the box, you don't need to follow, but if you can just stay hard on her here.
I think Paloma Oliveira might have been the replacement there. We'll confirm that to you in due course. It's a City corner swung in, headed away by Kane. Knights complete the clearance. Ball fired back in and will be collected by Watanabe.
Good, Holly, stay close, stay close. Yeah, well done. Hey, well done. Robbie, down the line. Teach forwards. Go on. Second, John. No problem at all. Hey, make sure we're marking up.
Has been a pretty gruelling schedule for Gold Coast Knights. This is their 4th game in 10 games. As I said, they were here at Nudgee only on Tuesday. Back here just 3 days later and finding themselves a goal down on Amy Cook's strike. Here's Foster, losing out, and Catano can try and spray that pass, but it's intercepted. Eventually Catano is deemed to commit the foul, and a free kick here for Brisbane City. Well, 25 yards out, quite central. Just a little push there from Ree Catano. Looks like Jonty Fisher is the player standing over this one. Jonty Fisher, who's got 4 NPL goals so far this season, might fancy her chances from here. Here comes Fisher. It's a good one. Oh, and he's clipped the top of the bar. Ever so unlucky there from Jonty Fisher. As we watch on the replay, look at the curl she managed to get on that, and it just wouldn't dip down into that top corner. Fantastic strike. Worthy of a goal, but crossbar denies Brisbane City a second here. City winning the ball back again. It's Ben playing in person. Low cross in. Away by Kane. Morland, big appeals for handball, play continues. Kane across to Claire Farrington, who's playing against her old club here tonight. Claire Farrington was at Brisbane City last season, was an unused sub in their grand final win as that ball just evades Hirakawa. He's also spent time in the US, was playing at Butler University. Made the switch over to Gold Coast Knights at the start of the season. Catano turning away. Looking for Rose, but she's well marshalled there, and City regaining possession. It's Foster. Foster again, into Cook. We've worked it well here to the far side.
Taste drop down first, taste drop down for us.
Throw in to be taken by Charlie Gibson, who's another former junior Matilda. Farrington just trying to shepherd that out and does well. Withers tries to find Oliveira, but it's City snapping away. City being led by Dante Sten, who was assistant coach here last season at Brisbane City, along assisting David De Silva, who's moved on to the QAS. 27 years old, is the youngest ever NPL head coach across the men's and women's game. Actually started his career as a strength and conditioning coach at Brisbane Roar, and then time also with Brisbane Strikers. be delighted to see his side hold the advantage. Gibson. Here come Knights again, and the shot almost turning out into a good cross there for Withers, who battles for the ball and looks to turn away from Kramer. She's done well here, Withers, and won her side a corner. Harriet Withers, another player with A-League women's experience. Spells with both Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory. 20 league goals for her in the FQPL 1 last season. Looks like she'll be taking this corner kick.
Anna, just be ready here just in case.
And it comes from Withers towards the far post. Headed away. Collected by Moreland. Moreland again. Back to Malone. Malone out to the far side, and Corey Kane just plays that into the path of Ree Katano, who goes down under the challenge of Talifa Kramer, but referee Casey Rybelt not interested in that one. Knights will come again with Malone. Nice little 1-2 there to the byline. In comes the cross, looking for Moreland, and it might drop for Harriet Withers. Always going over the top, but some sustained attacking intent there from Gold Coast Knights. Lovely little 1-2 there between Catano and Malone, and then Withers on the left foot. That was always going over. Helped on by Oliveira. Here's Withers again, and surely a pull on the shirt, but play continues. Withers, in the end, she might wish that she'd actually gone down when she had her shirt pulled, as the cross is behind for a goal kick. Person with the header, Takimura. Katano competing with Person. It's Moreland doing well in a tight space. Withers intercepted by Fisher. That's a good pass there to find Sophie Person. One for Amy Cook to chase, but Robin Spilsbury will see that out for a throw-in. She's another new arrival, Robin Spilsbury. Was captain at Rabina last season and made the FQPL 1 Team of the Year as well. Oliveira. Now Malone just being held up by Person. A little bit of push and shove, and eventually I think the free kick does go the way of Rosie Malone. I think as well as a very good footballer, also a very accomplished hockey player, who's represented Australia internationally, Rosie Malone. Actually did make the Football Queensland Team of the Week last week. Farrington all the way back to Montana Bay, and ball finding Malone, and Into Catano, is Cook applying the pressure. Catano, I think play on is the call. Forward it goes from Catano, but that will go all the way through to Julia Duffy, back in goal for Brisbane City this evening. Very experienced goalkeeper. Kane with the header out for a City throw-in. Just 3 points dividing these two teams coming into tonight's game. Gold Coast Knights currently in second place. 7 wins and 2 defeats from their 9 games, and Brisbane City 3 points behind. Also have played 9 games with 6 wins and 3 defeats. Of course, one of those defeats was against Gold Coast Knights in that opening round here. Catano, nice bit of footwork. Out to Malone. Now Bronte Rose. And again, Sophie Person, who does put a shift in defensively as well, was on hand to cut that one out.
Block central, John. Block central. Block central.
Into Oliveira. Loses out. And eventually the header is out by Spilsbury. Well, Paloma Oliveira, who did start that game on Tuesday against the QAS and scored. Very well taken goal. A player Gary French knows very well from their time together at South United. Spent last season with Gold Coast United before making the move across. Don't think she would have anticipated getting on after just 7 minutes or so following that, well, maybe head injury sustained by Brooke Goodrich. Hopefully nothing too serious. Catano turning out of trouble and finding Farrington. At the midway point now in this first half, if you've just joined us here. The opening game in the Football Queensland's Magic Round. It was an Amy Cook strike very early on, after just 7 minutes or so, that I think it may have gone in via Atsu Watanabe. A little bit unfortunate for the goalkeeper, ball hitting the crossbar and I think just hitting her and going in. Nice turn by Takamura. Given away, picked up by Foster. Person. Now Cook. Cook out to Hirakawa. Turning away from Farrington, but then a good challenge from Malone as the cross is swung in and collected by Watanabe. This is Corey Kane. Withers was the target, but Kramer on hand to put that out for a throw in. Spilsbury with the throw. Taken down by Catano, and again just having a little look at the referee there. Throw in taken by Spilsbury. She'll get another go. Withers keeping that in. Spilsbury, it'll eventually fall for Withers, who puts that in first time. Oliveira with her back to goal. Morland with the strike, but again not troubling Julia Duffy. Amy Morland, who scored a stunning goal in last season's FQPL 1 Grand Final in their win over North Lakes. And just as we're watching that replay, I think Julia Duffy might have a problem now as their city physio makes their way on. Julia Duffy, who's just come back into the side. They do have reserve keeper Justine Sue on the bench if needed. Actually, Gold Coast Knights, who actually don't have a replacement goalkeeper this evening, just naming the 5 substitutes. And yeah, Julia Duffy, if it's an issue with her knee, a little chance for the players to take on some refreshments. You can just pick up a bit of the wind there. It has been a windy day in Brisbane, as well as the bits and pieces of rain we've had. You can just see that corner flag flapping away there. This Gold Coast Knights team, or women's team, only in their 3rd year of this programme now. Gary French has been there from the start. Looks like Julia Duffy is okay. Mia Green coming across to take this goal kick. Mia Green, who scored a very long-range free kick just a couple of weeks ago in the game I actually commentated on against South United, was a 7-goal thriller. City winning it at the death. 96 minutes on the clock when sub Georgia Thompson, who again is amongst the substitutes today, got the winner. But Mia Green must have scored from all of 35-40 yards. And again, the physios have been quite busy so far in this opening 28 minutes or so. Well, it is a very youthful bench for Gold Coast Knights this evening. Obviously, Paloma Oliveira is on, but the remaining subs, as Ricatano makes her way to the side, Zara Boyd, Tanisha Winstanley, Josie Rowell and Dakota Whitrod, who are, well, certainly the latter three, part of the under-23 squad. Zara Boyd, just 17 years old, has been involved in the first team quite a bit this season. Did start that 3-1 win against QAS. Came across from Gold Coast United at the start of the season. Here is the substitute, Oliveira, turning away from Foster, and it's played over the top. Again, it's Leafa Kramer who's doing a pretty sound job there at the left back. Decision going the way of Gold Coast Knights. Now Robin Spilsbury into Withers, who's dropped out wide here, and that's a nice little exchange to find Spilsbury cuts back, but again, there's Talifa Kramer again. Right place, right time. Hirakawa unable to keep it in. Nice ball there by Morland. Here's Withers, chance to measure the cross. Low one in, looking for Oliveira. That's a good save from Julia Duffy. To get down, make the save at a near post. Lovely ball by Morland. And then Oliveira making a dart to the near post. Might have taken a deflection as well. Duffy with the save. Probably the closest Gold Coast Knights have come so far this game. Withers again with this corner kick. Again, deep one to the back post, and it was Claire Farrington attempting the header. Did score a cracking header in that 2-0 win that Knights had here in round 1 against Brisbane City. Couldn't repeat the trick that time. Kramer clears halfway, helped on by Hirakawa. And then Hirakawa trying to turn away from Spilsbury, who does well. Was that kept in by Amy Cook? Play continues, and it comes from Cook, and Watanabe with a safe pair of hands. To Takamura, gets it back. Malone down the line, can't find Rose, it's away by Cowles. Spilsbury picking out the run of Catano, but then Withers and Catano not quite on the same wavelength that time. Well, next up for Brisbane City will be a trip to Lions. That's coming up next Tuesday. Gold Coast Knights, Gary French will be very pleased to not have a midweek fixture following those 4 games in 10 days. They will be taking on Mitchelton. And that is until a week on Sunday. And again, Gold Coast Knights just asking the question of the officials, a little bit of pushing or pulling. That's a lovely flick on by Cook to find Hirakawa, and she's behind the defence here, into the box, still going, cuts it back. Fisher on the turn, deflected by Malone, and Watanabe can prevent that from going for a corner. Just for a second there, it looked like Brisbane City were on for a second goal.
Away, Kelly!
Away by Cowles. Now Person. Bounce just evaded her. And again, it's go short from the goalkeeper. That's certainly a deliberate tactic from Gold Coast Knights. Collected by Rose. And out by Kramer. Talifa Kramer, who's taken on the captaincy with Jess Dillon currently out injured. Withers again, getting the better of Kramer this time. In it comes. Certainly been a good tussle between Harriet Withers and Talifa Kramer so far. Two very experienced campaigners. Takamura back to Farrington. Helped on by Withers, looking for the run of Oliveira, but there's Julia Duffy, who seems to, I was going to say seems to be okay, but she just saw her pulling up after completing that clearance. You wonder how much longer she might be able to last. Withers and Kramer again coming together as that cross is away by Hirakawa. Forward by Morland. First time cross from Withers, it's a good one, and I think it was Bronte Rose there just trying the acrobatics. As we watch on the replay, Bronte Rose who started that move and then makes a dart into the box. I think the ball just slightly behind her there. It was an awkward one for her. Player in fine form, 5 NPL goals for Bronte Rose so far this season. Another player who's spent time at South United as well. Cook, whose goal divides these two teams at the moment. Again, there's Kramer coming together with Harriet Withers, who tries the shots, and Julia Duffy, and again we just see her slight grimace as she makes her way up, but able to continue for now. Foster back to Green. And the ball in the end coming off Withers and going for a City throw in.
That's fine.
Throw in, finding Cook. In comes the cross. Away by Farrington. Withers keeping that in. Rose going down.
And away, yeah, fine. Get your shape now, get your shape, City, get your shape, come on. Jonty,
And in the end, ball back to Atsu Watanabe. 5 minutes or so left on this one. Brisbane City with that advantage given to them by Amy Cook after just 7 minutes. Proving the difference so far, but here comes Malone. Oh, and it was behind Rose in the end, and Foster could get across to make the interception. The play has stopped.
I'm not talking to player. I'm not talking to player. I'm talking to player. I'm not talking to player. Don't talk to me. I'm not talking to you. Leave me alone, mate. Seriously. Hey. Don't talk to me. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Cowles. Gibson forced to play that back to Julia Duffy, who can clear the ball halfway. Kane with the touch. Foster across, but out for a Knights throw. I think Casey Rybald, she's shown a card in someone's direction. I'm not sure if that's gone to someone maybe on the bench, or if it was maybe to a City player. First yellow card of the evening anyway. Forward it goes. Foot race between Kramer and Withers, but Kramer will shepherd that out. It has gone the way of Gold Coast Knights. Spilsbury with this throw in. Rose still going. Eventually running into Mia Green. It's back in by Kane. Header come off Cowles, but again Duffy can collect.
Charlie's there, just roll up. Yeah, now we can bypass if you need.
Throw in taken. Long hanging ball, but it's dealt with by Cowles. Here she is again. Now Cook. This is Sophie Person into Hirakawa, lays it off. It's Person again. Has Fisher out to her right. First time ball in by Fisher, but it's straight into the hands of Watanabe. Last minute of normal time. Have had a couple of stoppages. Obviously that notable one for Brooke Goodrich very early in this first half. So maybe a few minutes added on as Moreland tried to pick out Harriet Withers, but that's gone for a City throw-in. As we enter added on time here. Now Withers coming away with the ball. Rose, 2 City players for company, and it's Mia Green who made the interception. Little flick on by Cook. Strong header from Bonnet's Ben. Spilsbury keeping that in. Very calmly back to the keeper. She gets it back again. Kramer playing it forward, and that will go for a throw-in right by the corner flag. Just wondering how much those windy conditions might be affecting things on the field. In comes the cross, but it'll be dealt with by Knights. Surely not too much long left in this first half. That's a nice pass out to find Malone. They'll work it to the right-hand side, and Spilsbury. Again, Withers had come short, but the ball went long. Well, very much an arm wrestle between these two in this first half. Not too much to pick between the two sides, as you'd we're probably expecting a fairly close game, and that's pretty much how it's played out so far. City coming close to a second through that excellent free kick by Jonty Fisher, which clipped the top of the crossbar. Gold Coast Knights with a few half chances, but not seriously testing Julia Duffy. And that's a good ball to find Sophie Person, held up by Spilsbury. Now Cook. But can't hold off the attentions of Kane. And in the end commits the foul.
Gentlemen, that brings an end to the first half on field 2 with Eastern Suburbs Football Club and South United.
You must have heard the confirmation there that the game taking place on the adjacent field, which you can also catch on FQ TV. First half just finishing there. We're into the 5th minute now. We've added on time in this one as Oliveira can stride forward, held up by Green, who does ever so well there, Mia Green. Not only to make the tackle, but then to keep possession. Gibson. Now one for Cook to chase. And Kane doing enough. Amy Cook, she's scored a few important goals for Brisbane City, probably none more important than last year's winner in that NPL Grand Final. He's only been on the pitch a matter of minutes before that late winner. Scored against North Lakes in the last game, and obviously it's her goal that separates these two teams at the moment. As Casey Rybold does signal the end of the first half here at the Nudgee Recreation Reserve. This inaugural round of the Magic Round taking place this weekend. It's Brisbane City who lead by a 1-0. Goal by Amy Cook after just 7 minutes. Might have been aided by a deflection off the Knights keeper Atsu Watanabe. Goal coming just moments after Brooke Goodrich was forced off with what looks like it might be a concussion. Not too much to pick between these two. Make sure you join us for the second half here on FQTV. We'll be back after these messages.
In 2014, when ISIS attacked our country, we faced a lot of trauma. ISIS took me and my family, and they killed a lot of people. Thousands of people are still missing, so we had to leave. We had no choice. Me and my family, we were with ISIS for 20 months. We just had to leave, we had no choice. My cousin and my sister, they sent someone over there to help us escape, and he came with a van, just like a small van. 31 people, we all got into one van. It was very hard, we were all over each other. We drove lights off so no one can see us in that village. We were just hoping to get to a safe place. We were just telling ourselves they will see us, they will find us, because ISIS were everywhere around us. When first arriving in Australia, obviously new country, new place, new life, I felt like I was a newborn to this world. It was very hard for me. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't speak the language. That was probably one of the hardest things for me. I felt lonely. Later on, I told myself, I just have to get up and I just have to find somewhere. Find friends, just go on street, walk everywhere, find people, talk to them, and even if I don't know how to speak, just keep working hard. So I started school when I arrived in Australia in 2018 at Harristown State High School. One of my football academy coaches, he told me, Yachin, you should become a referee. And I was doing a few school games and picking up the flag and running the lines, and he told me, there's a course here in Toomba if you want to do it. Woke up that morning, should I do, should I not, should I do it or not? I just had to make a choice. The course was like starting at 9 o'clock, and I broke up at 10 o'clock, knocked on the door. Hello, who is this? I've registered, sorry, I know I'm late, but I want to become a referee, I want to do this. Once I started the course, obviously, that moment changed my mind. I was telling myself, why did I have to not to come here? Why did I have to be 1 hour late? Changed my mind, absolutely. Changed my life. I was feeling safe there, sitting by 25 people around me, talking to me in a very nice way. I was very excited. Refereeing 100% helped me to become more confident and building leadership. My life has changed a lot. Before I start, the biggest thing is you have to look professional. We have to trust ourselves, believe in each other when we are making a call. If you make a call, just be confident, just make it, okay? We need to believe in each other as well. We are a team out there, we need to look professional and have a good game. Sounds good? No worries. Let's do this. I'm feeling more comfortable, more safer. I've met a lot of kind people. They always help me and support me. I absolutely love refereeing, and it changed my life. I really enjoy it, and I don't do it for money. I just do it because I enjoy it. I do it because I have a lot of people behind the scenes. They help me and support me.
What makes Sully Sully is probably just, yeah, how energetic he is, how hard he wants to work for what he wants and everything like that, yeah. He fights hard for who he cares about and what he likes and what he enjoys. So when you get in Sully's close bubble, you really get to see him grow as a person and how much he enjoys hanging out with people and doing different things, no matter where you are. You always have a good time with Sully.
I think it was like 2 years ago. I was standing up just there, and I was my friends, Nat and others were sitting beside me, and they were telling me, will we see you one day repping on this pitch? And I told them, yeah, maybe, hopefully. And see, here we are now.
Yeah, true, yeah. Maybe.
Here we are. So since I've become a referee, first year, I just keep working really hard, and I won an award the first year. On my second year, I got onto the FK Academy for 2 years, and then after that, I won the Referee of the Year in Darling Downs, and I refereed the Darling Downs Grand Final, and went to the National Youth Championship. So big steps for me, and obviously, I want to keep growing and keep building that trust. And I'm always confident when I referee. I take every opportunities that I've been given, and I always take it no matter what opportunities I have. And I definitely want to go further. I want to become an A-League referee one day. I know it takes time. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, 1 month later, one year, 5 years later. I want to keep building my trust and confidence and get there. One advice I could give to people is never give up. Just keep working hard. Life is hard. You have to work hard for it. Don't give up no matter what you do. Just keep trust in yourself, keep building trust in yourself. Take opportunities and do it, because if I've done it, I know how it feels. It was very hard for me at the beginning. I've done it, I know I can do it, I know others can do it as well.
How do I feel this time? One straight off.
Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Welcome back to the Nudgee Recreation Reserve. Second half about to get underway here between Brisbane City and Gold Coast Knights. City with the 1-goal advantage given to them by Amy Cook after just 7 minutes. Has there been much to pick between these two? Big 45 minutes coming up here as City get us back underway in their familiar blue shirts. Going from left to right on your screen. Ball with Sophie Person, who puts that into the middle. Eventually away by Takamura. Oliveira couldn't get it under control. Oliveira, who's on for Brooke Goodrich, who was forced off just moments before Brisbane City took the lead. Little back heel by Bronte Rose. Jonty Fisher came close from a free kick a little bit later. Very unlucky to see her effort hit the crossbar. Gold Coast Knights coming into this evening game in second place, just 1 point behind leaders South United, who have played 2 games more though. A win tonight would see them possibly go top. South United, who are in action just on the other side of this pitch against Eastern Suburbs currently. Another game you can see on FQ TV as Malone puts in the cross. Here's Malone. Gold Coast Knights, who completed a domestic treble last season. They were the FQPL 1 champions. Also took out the Queensland Cup, beating Lions FC in the final. Did take a couple more NPL scalps along the way as well. Eastern Suburbs and Peninsula Power as well. And then defeated Logan Lightning in the final of the Kappa Pro as well. Remember, this is only the 3rd year of the Gold Coast Knights women's programme. Hirakawa beaten to it by Katano. Katano thought was going to take that free kick early, but she's going to leave it here. There's the ball by Farrington.
Pressure on. Win seconds. And away, it's fine.
Katano into Rose. Foster with the interception. Obviously this season has been interrupted with the adverse weather we've had here in southeast Queensland. Gold Coast Knights, as I said earlier, played 9 games as well as Brisbane City, but Eastern Suburbs had only played 8 this evening, who are just behind in 5th spots. As Fisher puts in the cross. Taken down by Hirakawa. Fisher again with the ball. It's a good cross, and it was headed away by Spilsbury.
Go on safe. Drive.
Gold Coast Knights not really able to find their rhythm so far in this second half. Spilsbury being hounded by Foster. Tries a little back heel. Person attempting the cross. Again, it's back with City.
Good, Kelly!
Takamura doing well to regain possession. Final ball just lacking for Gold Coast Knights at the moment. Tomorrow, back at this venue, we'll see Mitchelton take on North Lakes. That'll be followed by Sunshine Coast Wanderers taking on Gold Coast United. And it'll all be rounded off with the QAS taking on Lions FC, who are currently third on the ladder. Have played a game more than both Knights and City. Hirakawa. Forward it goes by Gibson. There's Farrington with the header. Katana. Does well there, Ricatano, to keep possession, and yeah, eventually referee Casey Raybell just taking that back and awarding that free kick. No advantage gained there from Gold Coast Knights. And it comes from Katana. Little header by Hirakawa. Well, Gibson with a back to goal and leaves it for Cowles.
That's the difference between the ball going at someone's head or not.
That will go for a Gold Coast throw-in. Well, Brisbane City certainly have the more experienced bench this evening, with the likes of Georgia Thompson as we break off as Spilsbury tries to find a way through. Now Takamura. Farrington across to Kane. Withers, haven't seen much of her in this second half so far. Yeah, Brisbane City with Georgia Thompson amongst the substitutes. Also Hallie Khan as well, who's making her way back from injury, as is Tiana Karaluka, who's amongst the substitutes. Forward it goes from Kane. Withers will give chase. might have some rain arriving there as well now for the players to contend with. Some spectators just maybe looking to see if they can seek shelter. Person. Malone. Back to Farrington. Forward it goes again. It was an awkward one, but dealt with by Gibson. Gibson has to concede the throw in. Okay, big appeal for a foul throw there, but play continues. Oliveira losing out. City will complete the clearance. Farrington into the feet of Oliveira, but can only give it to Foster. Oliveira unable to keep that one in. Won back well by Oliveira. Morland to Farrington. Oliveira again. Just being held up by Gibson. Leaves it for Malone. Neat play from Tanisha Foster. And again. Bonnet's Ben trying to pick out Hirakawa. Person. It's given away. Oliveira getting away from Gibson. Gibson recovering to make the challenge. Kane. Helped on by Rose, it's Kitato. Now Withers, but Kramer with the interception. Here comes the shot from Bronte Rose, but not seriously troubling Julia Duffy. Brisbane City, as we watch this replay, might be making a change. Holly Bennett's Ben is off, and number 17 Marley Danger is her replacement. Takamura. Back to Farrington, gets it back again. Spilsbury. Forward it goes from her. That's a good ball. In comes the low cross. Green on hand. Morland. There is the substitute, Marley Danger. Kitano. Withers. Winning the throw-in. You can hear that train going past just behind that goal. Gold Coast Knights trying to get back on track, pardon the pun. In comes the throw by Spilsbury, headed away by Kramer. Drop here for Amy Morland, can play in Withers, Oliveira in the middle. She'll have to settle for the corner. Withers to take this corner. In it comes. Header by Green. Danger can complete the clearance. Withers with another chance. Low cross in. And another Knights corner. Still really waiting for a clear opening in this half. You sense one moment could swing it.
Ready for the short just in case. Stay there, stay there.
Could this be the moment? Another Knights corner. Again, Harriet Withers will be the taker. Floated in. There goes the header. Away by City. He'll be swung back in by Malone, but that will go for a City goal kick.
Contact here. Good teach. And again, let's go.
A long forward ball. Trying to pick out Sophie Person. Takamura on hand to clean up. Rose. Malone will put that out for a throw in. It's been a slow burner so far in this second half. Quite cagey, calculated. Both sides not giving away too much, but it's City who have that one goal advantage. Hirakawa. Fisher. Tried to get the 1-2 with Cook, but it's gone for another Knights throw in. Helped on by Rose. Oh, and a bit of a loose touch lets in Oliveira, but a bit of scramble defence by City, and then Kramer with an important touch. Withers trying to find Takamura. Farrington, I beg your pardon, yes, sorry, Farrington making the interception and then floating that cross to the far post, trying to find Withers, and Kramer having just to touch it out for yet another Gold Coast Knights corner as we approach the midway point in this second half. Can she find a red shirt here, Harriet Withers? Takamura has gone short, but it goes long to the far post. Up go the heads. And Danger putting that out for a corner on the left-hand side, and I think Withers will jog across to take this one. Here's Withers with the in-swinger. There's a header. It was a free header for Paloma Oliveira. Probably the best chance of the second half so far. She'll be disappointed to not hit the target there. As we watch on the replay, it was a very presentable opportunity there. Ball eventually finding person into the feet of Cook. Back to Foster. Deception by Malone. Withers, who's come across to this left-hand side now. Tano just trying the little through ball, but City again in possession. Foster, who's a very tidy game there in the middle of the City midfield. Malone trying to hold off the attentions of Fisher, and Fisher winning it back and playing in Foster. And a good ball there to find Hirakawa. Can she get there first? And it's very good goalkeeping from Matsu Watanabe. Lovely slide rule pass there from Letitia Foster. Watanabe was alert to the danger. Comes from Gibson, but ball going into that long grass there behind the goal. Forward it goes from Kane, but again it's out for a City throw. In comes across. Malone. Foster into Person, but here come Knights. It's Bronte Rose. Forward by Kane. Can Withers keep that in? She cannot. Well, 18 minutes or so for Gold Coast Knights to try and find an equaliser. Gold Coast Knights who are missing the experience of Jaya Brown. Told she's about 3 or 4 weeks away from a possible return. Was in the FQPL1 team of the season last year. As Watanabe is forced to the edge of the box there, but is calm in possession. Jaya Brown, who's currently undertaking her C licence, I'm told, and has been helping out Gary French and his coaching staff. Has A-League experience with Adelaide United. Person running the channels and crossing early. Taken down very well by Spilsbury. It's given away by Malone and in first time by Fisher. Danger. Fisher taking on Malone, makes a challenge and concedes a free kick. So, chance for Brisbane City here. Jonty Fisher, who came close with a free kick in the first half. This time, will no doubt look to try and turn provider. And it comes from Fisher. High to the back post. Evades everyone. Drops to Cowles. Out for a goal kick. City looking like they're making a swap here. I'll tell you who it was, but I can't see. Here we go. It's Charlie Gibson off and Georgia Thompson coming on for this last 15 minutes or so. Of course, she was the match winner against South United a couple of weeks ago.
Pressure coming now, Till.
Still finding her way back from a long-term injury. And now a Knights free kick in a promising position here. think they're calling for some assistance here. Talifa Kramer has entered the book. Here comes the Knights physio. Cody Dowell, the Knights physio, just having to apply some treatment here. You wonder if Knights may be forced into another change. As I mentioned, a very youthful bench for the Knights this evening. Bronte Rose, the player, making her way to the side of the pitch. We shall see if she'll return in due course. It's a free kick tonight to be taken by Ricatano. I wonder if she might even fancy taking this one on direct. A couple of players in the wall for City. Here she comes. It's crossed into the near post and it's gone in! Gold Coast Knights have their equaliser. I think it come off Paloma Oliveira. Yes, Oliveira, I think, the player applying the finishing touch. And Gold Coast Knights are back on level terms with 12 minutes to play. And it's a substitute, Paloma Oliveira. Scored against the QAS on Tuesday, and she scored now in the Magic Round on Friday. City trying to find a instant reply. Takamura back defending well and winning the free kick. I've got to say it was a very good assist from Ricatano as well. Difficult ball to defend. Just needed a touch on it, and it was Paloma Oliveira who applied that touch and restored parity here. There's Thompson. There's Marley Danger. Works it onto her right, crossed in, but behind for a goal kick.
Hey girls, brilliant, let's go, keep going. Okay, slide it. Go inside.
Spilsbury finding Withers, gets it back. Kane completes the clearance. Corey Kane, who's another player Gary French knows from his time at South United, has spent some time in Victoria as well. Helped on by Oliveira, finds Withers. Now Rose. It might fall here for Rosie Malone. And an important intervention. It was Mia Green across to make the block. Good tackle by Farrington. Knights, no doubt lifted by that equaliser. Kitano trying to find Withers. Farrington stepping out of defence into the path of Malone. First time ball into Moreland, but loses out. Farrington again. Malone. Oh, and a nice ball there. Now can Rose keep this in? She can. In comes the cross. Was looking for Oliveira. You've got to say Knights looking the more likely at the moment as we enter the 83rd minute. Kitano turning. I think winning the corner. And they're certainly leading the corner count, Gold Coast Knights. As ever, it will be Harriet Withers. High one to the back post. Evaded Duffy. It might have been Claire Farrington coming in at the far post. Goal kick taken short to Kramer. Oh, and then a late tackle, and I think Casey Raybold might be going to a pocket here. And our goal scorer now has a yellow card.
One more.
Entering the last 5 minutes here, nerves jangling, legs tiring, but could this game still have one more twist? Knights with the throw in. Farrington out to Malone. Ball evading Kitano. One back by Malone, who does well to get past Gibson. Moreland taking the shot on, but dragging it wide. Again, you just see Julia Duffy there, just certainly not 100% happy. Leaving the goal kick for Mia Green. Hirakawa lays it off, gets it back off Person, but just Just a few yards too far for her. 86 minutes on the clock here. Looks like Hallie Khan might be coming on along with Anna Tormina. Jonty Fisher and Sophie Persson making way. Danger. Montana coming and collecting. Also Talifa Kramer is off, and Tiani Karaluka, who's another one who's been out injured, former Olympic midfielder, coming on for these last few minutes. Forward it goes from Malone. Interception by Danger. And Malone winning the free kick. Wants to take it early. She'll leave it for Claire Farrington. In it goes by Farrington. Almost picking out Bronte Rose. Gold Coast Knights winning the free kick. 90 seconds left of normal time.
We're a bit too deep. Up a bit. Step up a little bit more. Up a little bit more. Yeah, we're okay.
Taken short by Kane, and it comes from Takamura. Should be collected easy by Julia Duffy, and is, and now a little bit of argy-bargy there with Rika Tano, who gets a yellow card.
South United with a final score of 5 to Eastern Suburbs and 0 to South. Congratulations to East.
Now yellow card there confirmed for Rika Tano. Danger. Finding Green. There is Catano. And will it fall here for Withers? No, Duffy is across to collect. As we enter added on time here at Nudgee Recreation Reserve. This is Thompson. It comes from Thompson. There comes the header. Wasn't too far away. It may have been Jonty Fisher there, number 9, in the middle of your picture, as Thompson. It's a good cross. Fisher unable to find the target. City with the throw. Second minute of stoppage time. Will be collected by Spilsbury all the way back to Watanabe, who will complete the clearance. Maybe a chance here with Thompson. In comes the cross, looking for Fisher, and she wasn't far away there, Jonty Fisher. Danger can keep the ball in.
Yep, pressure on, go on, Anna! Well done, keep going, Anna, keep working!
Farrington, a bit of composed defending there. Withers. Green with the touch. Bronte Rose has stayed down, is collected by Oliveira. Now Catano, looking to take on Kramer and work the angle for the shooting chance. It's Oliveira. Good defence by City, and well, Bronte Rose is still down, and Casey Rybelt just stopping play to allow Bronte Rose to receive that treatment, I think to the annoyance of some of the City players. Fourth minute of added on time. Tormina. Now Thompson. Thompson tries the shot. And Watanabe had to make the save. Georgia Thompson was looking for another late winner. Bronte Rose is back on the pitch. Just that pass just having a little bit too much legs on it to find Withers. 5th minute of stoppage time. Khan down the line, but out for a throw in.
Good, Miles. Get close. Just hold central, JT.
Forward it goes by Kane. Withers couldn't get it under a spell. It's gone for a City throw, and that is it. Full time here at the Nudgee Recreation Reserve in this opening game of the Magic round. It's finished Brisbane City 1, Gold Coast Knights 1. Brisbane City took the lead after just 7 minutes through Amy Cook. But that Paloma Oliveira equaliser after 76 minutes, meaning it's honours even here. A 1-1 draw to kick off the NPL Women's Magic round. A tight contest with moments of quality, but nothing to separate the two sides in the end. I've been Adam Cattell. You've been watching FQTV. Thanks for your company this evening. Have a fantastic weekend.
Finish up tonight. We'll be closing the bar in 15 minutes.